Namaste. Welcome to day 30 of our Bhagwat Gita journey. Today we will delve into the concept in the Bhagwat Gita, which is often referred to as the field and the knower of the field. Here, Lord Krishna explains the distinction between the physical body, which he calls the field, that is the Kshetra, and the soul, known as the knower of the field, that is the Shretrajana. Krishna explains that the physical body is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, along with mind, intellect, and ego. These constitute the field subject to birth, growth, decay, and death. On the other hand, the soul is eternal, unchanging, and beyond these physical transformations. Lord Krishna also describes knowledge and ignorance. True knowledge is understanding the difference between body and soul and recognizing the soul's eternal nature. Ignorance is identifying oneself, soul, with the physical body and its experiences. Let's illustrate this with a story about a wise sage and a young student. Once there was a young student who went to a wise sage seeking enlightenment. The sage, knowing that the student was identifying too much with his physical appearance, decided to teach him a lesson. The sage asked the student to fetch some water from the river using a bucket. The student complied, but noticed the bucket had several holes, causing the water to leak out before he could reach back. Frustrated, he asked the sage, "How can I fill this bucket with water if it keeps leaking?" The sage smiled and said, "This bucket is like your physical body, constantly changing and eventually decaying. Just as the water leaks out, your body will also lose its vitality over time. But the soul, like the river, remains full and eternal." The student was puzzled, but listened intently. The sage continued, "True knowledge is understanding that you are not this leaky bucket, but the ever-flowing river. The body is a temporary vessel. Your true self is the eternal soul, untouched by physical changes." This story helped the student realize that identifying with the physical body alone leads to frustration and suffering. Understanding oneself as the eternal soul brings peace and true knowledge. Lord Krishna emphasizes that by seeing beyond the physical and recognizing the eternal soul within, we can achieve true wisdom and liberation. So, as we conclude our journey today, let us remember to see beyond our physical bodies and understand true eternal nature. This wisdom from Bhagwat Gita helps us live a life of greater peace, purpose, and alignment with our spiritual selves. Namaste.